And Jenny and I are joined via phone by Grizzy Hendrix. Hello.
Yo, what's the word, y'all? How y'all doing?
Hey, good. Yeah, I'm sorry you couldn't be here with us live in studio, but it's good to talk to you via phone. Are you in Boston right now?
Yeah, I'm in Boston right now, man. We have a whole show tonight. The Lord You and Friends Part 2, Jim Jones' artist, out in Brockton. So whoever's in Boston, make sure y'all pull up. It's going to be a vibe.
Excellent. Now, tell us about yourself because you obviously, you're a musician, but do you host a radio show and podcast?
Yeah, so basically, for everybody that don't know who I am, I'm your favorite host, G Honcho, represent Talk of the Town. I am the CEO of the Talk of the Town 617 podcast. I used to do music, but I stopped doing music. I'm more so in, throwing showcases and, vendor pop-ups for local businesses, and that's basically me now. I just basically throw showcases, let artists come on the stage, do what they do, showcase their craft, and have fun doing it.
Now, I'm curious, what is it that caused you to make that switch? Because, like you said, you used to do music, but now you're instead of creating your own music, you're more interested. It sounds like you're just more interested in helping other artists. Was there something specific that precipitated you kind of shifting your focus over to helping others?
I just felt like there was so many artists out here and not enough help. There's a lot of artists out here, but there's not enough people that's out here throwing showcases for these artists to come out and perform and, do what they love to do. So I just felt like I wanted to make that switch. Instead of being the artist, I'll be the person that, provide the opportunity.
Sure. Excellent. And how long has Talk of the Town existed? How long have you been doing that show?
3 years now. 3 years. We just celebrated our 3-year anniversary with my guy Charlie Clips from Wildin' Out. So yeah, it's been 3 years now.
Congratulations. Yeah. And now where can people hear that?
You can find us on Instagram at Talk of the Town 617 or on YouTube. We just dropped our newest episode with Charlie Clips at Talk of the Town 617 on YouTube as well.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, Charlie Clips, his name came up on the show recently. I think it was when, Jenny, who did we have on the show who was talking about Charlie Clips? Do you remember?
No.
Was it? Oh, it might have been Mr. Goodbars. Because we're talking about battle rap.
Oh, that's who it was.
Yeah. He was mentioning Charlie Clips. Yeah. So what do you do on Talk of the Town? Is it an interview or do they perform or how does that work?
So on the podcast, I basically interview everybody, artists, celebrities, chefs, hairstylists, whatever you do, basically. I done probably covered it and interviewed. I also do food reviews, restaurant reviews. I do a little, trippy episodes. I done did a shroom episode before, so it's basically an all content type thing. Like we just shot the Pop Your Balloon to Find Love episode, so that's dropping real soon. So it's basically like everything that you could think of, but mainly podcasting.
Yeah,
it's different channels, but mainly podcasting.
Okay, and how often does it come out? Is it weekly, or you've got a lot going on with it?
Week.
So every week, yeah, excellent.
Every week.
Do you have is there a particular episode of the show that's really kind of blown up where you just got a lot of traffic? Have you had anything that went viral? Any particular interviews that people seem really interested in?
Yeah, we had a few. We had the episode with Charlie Clips, of course. We had the episode with Bobby Schmurder. We had one episode, the Shroom episode that went viral.
I am
we had
curious.
One episode when the guy, we had one episode when the guy came on and just ate strictly marijuana, like he just ate weed, like it was crazy.
Oh my God!
it gets crazy, like it gets real crazy. But my favorite episode, I tell everybody this, had to be the part 1 with Miss Yana Bean from BET. She was the first one to show me nothing but the utmost love, and she came on for part 2, and then we've just been locked in ever since. So that's probably my favorite episode.
Okay. And where do you do it? Where do you record these in a podcast studio or are you out and about remotely, or how does that work?
So I have my business partner. Huge shout out to my guy. And anybody that needs a studio, when y'all come to Mass, make sure you tap in with Undeniable Sound. He literally does everything. Okay. From recording to to editing to videos to all of that. He actually shot all of my episodes for my podcast. So tap in with him, Undeniable Sound. He's in my bio. He's under every video in my YouTube. So Undeniable Sound. At Undeniable Sound. Make sure you type in Fly High Uzi. That's my guy.
Oh, that's cool. Does he work with other podcasters as well?
He can, but he mainly works for me because that's my business partner. So
Yeah.
and he's also an artist as well. So any show that I have, y'all probably done seen him on the flyers. So.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. And where are you from?
I'm from Dorchester, Boston, Mass. Dorchester, born and raised.
Grew up there. Yeah. Yeah.
I was born in Boston.
Yeah. Jenny was born in Boston too. Yeah.
Hey, Jenny, I knew we had a connection.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. How's the hip hop scene changed there over the years? I'm a little, I talk to a lot of hip hop artists from up here, but not really too many from Boston. I don't know what, at least not lately. Has the scene changed? Is it more competitive than it used to be?
I wouldn't say more competitive. I would say it's more on the map. We got more people that's taking their craft serious, that's actually going and dropping, not even weekly. Like, they'll drop every 2 days.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, I wouldn't say it's more competition, more wise. I would say it's more people showing that they're hungry and they're showing that we basically got that talent in the city.
Yeah. Yeah, I was curious because one of the things that we talk about a lot on this show, it's really a recurring subject, is how the internet and how social media has changed everything and how it affects the music industry. And, hip hop artists tend to be very prolific. There's a lot of rhymes that most hip hop artists that I meet, they're constantly writing and they're always making new tracks. So it's now you have a delivery system with social media where you can have an idea, record something that day and get it out immediately. So, and to be able to promote something. Well, let me ask you this. So podcasts like Talk of the Town, what was your strategy in terms of promoting that? You're obviously successful with it. You've had some pretty big guests and you're getting a lot of traffic with it. And podcasting, there's a lot of competition. What's been your strategy to really put that out there and to have the success that you've had?
Being outside, literally being outside at every event that you could think of. Mm-hmm. Even if it's not my event, I make sure me and my brother Uzi, we be outside. We have the cameras. We do interviews with artists, or we just do random interviews, just to catch some content. So
yeah,
it's being outside, showing support to others, and hopefully getting the support back. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's one thing I will say. Out here, there is a lack of support, but we're fixing that. We're getting better with that. So. Yeah, I would just say being outside and just being present.
Yeah, you're out there putting the work in, that's for sure. And that's what it takes. Yeah, it's like, in the music industry, a lot of people get into it, whether it's as an artist or, or doing something else. And they think it's going to be easy. And they think if they put something out there that, people are just going to come to them. And it's really, you have to put the work in, you have to build. And that's exactly what you're doing. So, I commend you. Has the podcast changed over the 3 years? Has it kind of evolved? Is it, or has it kind of stayed the same in terms of what the original concept was?
Oh no, it definitely evolved. For my very first episode was with Trevor Holmes from out of Boston as well. So, it definitely evolved. You could tell the difference from there to now. You could see how I wasn't as confident back then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I didn't really know if I really wanted to do this, but now you can tell, this is what I want to do. So it definitely has evolved with me, evolved with my personality, evolved with the content and the way I create the content, mm-hmm. And my different ideas. So at first it was just going to be a podcast, strictly a podcast, but now I'm literally covering all types of content that will, either make you laugh, make you sit down and think, or whatever the case may be. So.
Right. No, that's excellent. Is everything available online? Is the entire 3 years, if people want to go back and kind of go through the archive, is everything up and available?
Yep. You can go right on Talk of the Town 617 on YouTube and on IG. Go to my very first post and just scroll up.
Excellent.
You'll see the evolution.
Excellent. And I think, did we meet you through our friend Hope the Rapper? Is that how we met you?
Yes.
Now,
yes. That's my brother right there.
Yeah,
catch him performing August 23rd for my birthday bash with Charlie Clips.
Excellent.
Out here at K's. He will be hitting the stage. You shall Hope the Rapper.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, he's amazing. We love him. Has he been on? I assume he's been on the podcast.
Nah, he hasn't. He hasn't been on the episode yet. Surprisingly, he's been on about 80 of my showcases, but never on the podcast. That's kind of crazy.
Oh, no
You
kidding.
got to make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised. Oh, something to look forward to.
And we got to get y'all up on the podcast too.
Absolutely. We would love it. Definitely. Count us in. Definitely. And when you talk about showcases, for some of our listeners will know what you mean, because we know that we have a lot of people in the music industry who listen to our show, but for people who don't know, what exactly is a showcase, and how is that different from a regular show?
So a showcase is basically, you can get, I like gathering artists, so I probably do about 10 to 15 artists on my lineups.
Wow.
Just to give everybody the opportunity or whatever the case may be. So, you let them come up, whether they want to perform 7 minutes. I do 2 different things. It's either 7 minutes or 10 minutes. Just to, depending on the comfortability of whatever the case may be. And, they come up, they do their thing. So if you're an artist out there, if you make music, if you've never been on the stage, you never performed, or you always been looking to get on the stage, you always looking to perform, let us know. We're actually about to start the tour. The Day Count of the South tour is starting September 27th out in Lowell at Smokehouse. So make sure y'all tap in. You got a lot of opportunity for a lot of artists. Podcasters, you trying to work? Let's work. Anybody else trying to work? Let's just work.
And the tour, how many dates are on the tour?
I believe 10 for the first leg.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're basically we're booked from September up until November, late November. Then we'll take it December off, and then we're going to start the second leg of the tour in late January.
Oh, outstanding! Yeah, very cool. Very cool. That must be challenging to manage, right? A showcase where you've got that many artists on it. I mean, is it difficult to kind of keep everybody organized and make sure they get enough time and all that? Is that a challenge to pull that off?
Definitely, because people like showing up on Black people time. People like showing up late, and it's like we some people only got the venue from 8 to 12. Like sometimes we be having a venue till like 1 o'clock, and people like showing up at 10. And you gotta scrunch up 7 minutes to 10 minutes. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? And I host the show, so it's just like over the time you get used to it. But when the first couple times you're gonna be like, geez,
yeah,
come on time a little bit early. You feel me? Like.
No, I can relate to that, because so I don't do it currently, but I used to promote a lot of shows, and sometimes we would have full bands, but we would have 4 or 5 bands in a night on a show. And if somebody was late, or if somebody, they got to the venue, what happened a lot with bands is, part of the band would be there on time, but not everybody could be there on time. Maybe somebody was getting out of work late or whatever, which happens, and you just have to make the best of it. But it can be really stressful. So I can only imagine what it's like when you've got a showcase of that many different artists and trying to, do you have like a list? Like, do you try to map it out ahead of time, who's going to go on when, or does it kind of go by who shows up when, and then you just kind of slot them in the moment?
Neither. Actually, I go by off the vibe of the crowd.
Oh, okay.
Some artists have upbeat music. Some artists have R&B music. You don't want to put on an artist with like drill music and then put on an artist that's singing right after. You feel me? So it's like you just gotta. Me personally, I just go with the vibe of the crowd. I go with the vibe of the vibe of the artist and what type of music they make or whatever. Because I know when it comes to my playlist, like when I'm like listening to music, if I'm listening to rap, I like slowly transition into R&B. If I'm listening to R&B, I'm slowly transitioning into rap. So that's how I try to keep it for the lineups as well.
Oh, that makes sense. That's interesting. I like that approach. That's really cool. Now at these showcases, have you seen, are there specific artists who have participated in these showcases you've seen go on to be really successful, either locally or regionally, or any success stories that we should know about?
Yeah. Honestly, there's every artist that I would say been on my lineups or been on my lineups consistently that you would say been on my lineups more than like Hope. He's been on my lineup probably more than 20 times. I done did over, I think, almost 300 showcases now. I'm at like 287, I believe. So it's just like over the 3 years. So he been on a lot of them. So I think any person that I consistently put on my lineup, I know for sure is gonna take off. And I know for sure they mean business, and they actually mean what they their work ethic,
Right.
their work craft. So they mean, some artists don't understand us. You got to put money behind yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Some artists don't understand. Some artists think that you just didn't get everything handed to them or whatever the case may be just because they know they're nice. No, It don't go like that. It's like a once in a blue moon that goes like that. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's basically where I'm at with it. Any artist that I put on my lineup consistently that shows me that they're serious about their work ethic and their work and their craft, then I know they're going to make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, excellent. Excellent. All right. So tell us again. Well, actually, two things. Let me ask you this first, because I want to make sure our listeners know exactly where to find the podcast. So just remind everybody, is it YouTube the best place to go for it?
Yep, YouTube is the best place to go for the podcast. I want to see some funny reels. Go to our IG. Both is Talk of the Town 617.
Okay, cool. And tell us again about the show tonight, because we want to make sure for people who are listening live that they know about it.
Yes, sir. So we got Vamp Life's own, Jim Jones' own, Boston's very own, Lord Jew coming to Brockton for the Lord Jew and Friends Part 2. We have a bunch of artists from all over coming in, performing. We actually have one artist that flew in this morning. So it's going to be crazy. Make sure y'all pull up. It's 20 at the door. Lord Jew never disappoints. She's been going crazy. We just got off tour with her not too long ago. And she always shuts the stage down. She always brings the vibe. So you're not going to want to miss it. Lord Jew and Friends Part 2 at Sound Labs. Doors open at 9.
Very
Brockton,
cool.
Mass.
Excellent. Hey, by the way, are there a lot of venues to do what you do? Are there a lot of hip hop venues available these days, or has that changed? I know a lot of places have kind of come and gone, but what's the current state of that?
Nah, there is. There's definitely a lot of venues that let you come in and do what you got to do.
Good. Good.
But there's also a lot of venues that you just got to follow the guidelines.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that should be perfectly fine with people that just want to come in and build the establishment up and build the resume up when it comes to these showcases. So definitely there's a lot of venues and a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear. Very good. All right. Well, listen, Gizzy Hendrix, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry we didn't get to talk in person, but I'm sure we'll be able to make that happen in the future. Good luck with the show tonight. I'm sure it's going to go great. And the tour and the showcases, love what you're doing. And we will talk again soon, I'm sure.
Definitely. Hey, y'all both are invited August 23rd. I'm going to send you guys tickets. So make sure y'all pull up August 23rd, my birthday bash with Charlie Clips. Everybody that's listening, make sure y'all pull up. It's going to be a vibe. Me outside. Once again, thank y'all again.
All right, Gizzy Hendrix, thank you so much, man. Take care.
Yes, sir.
All right, bye-bye. All right, very nice. So sorry we didn't get to talk to him in person, but Gizzy Hendrix, he's doing great things in the hip-hop scene down there. And I think what we'll do, I think we're going to play...
For Club Paradise?
What's that?
Is it time for Club Paradise?
Yeah, I'm going to play one more Club Paradise song
Yay.
because I love these guys. We talked to them earlier. I want to make sure I play there's one particular one that really stood out to me, but now it's like I lost it somehow.
Really?
Trying to find it again here. I accidentally
Close the wrong thing.
I closed the tab
I hate when I do that.
I did not want to close, and now I am regretting that I closed that tab.
Particular tab.
Yes. Yes, and but that's okay. It's only live radio. Okay, I think I found it. Oh, Neighborhood. Yes, here it is. I found it. So we're going to play, if you're just joining us, Club Paradise was the band that Skyped in from the UK in the first hour and really loved talking with them. And they did send us a couple of great tracks to play, but we're playing even more than what they sent us because we love this band that much. So we're going to play another one of those. This is called Neighborhood from Club Paradise. And then we've got plenty more to come. Don't go away.
You know you made me feel alive out there. your time. When you jump into the landslide, waste no time. You're falling, you're falling. Why? You're not one to break until you get over your head. You're drowning again. Listen up, you can't try talking your shook away when you're half lit. Your walls are crashing to the ground. Take your time when you jump into the fire. Waste no time. You're falling awake. Take your time. Take your time. As you step across the landmine, drifting in your world of zen, you're falling away. Time will eat your life away. Make the best of every day. Don't waste away another day. Wow. That's right. Take your time when you jump into the fire. Waste no time. You're falling awake. Take your time. Take your time. As you step across the landmine, drifting in your world of zen, you're falling awake. Awake. Falling awake.
That is World of Zen. That is from Day to Attend. And if you happen to be watching live on social media, I am wearing my Day to Attend shirt. And we had those guys in our chat room. Hopefully they're still there. But I love that track. Of course, we had them on the show. What was it, 2 weeks ago? I lose track.
I think so.
I think it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, great band. And before that, we played a track called Neighborhood from Club Paradise. And if you're just joining us, Club Paradise was with us via Skype from the UK during the first hour. That's not one of the songs. That's the one I was getting them all mixed up in my head. That's not one of the 2 tracks they sent us to play. But I listened to that one, and I don't even have the words for how much I love that song. That is so catchy. That should be an international hit song. If there were any justice in the world, it would be. I love that. I'm going to listen to that again and again and again. Not right now, obviously, but we have a show to do. But yes, if you are just joining us, of course, this is Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious Manchester, New Hampshire. As we cruise into our final segment today on the program, I want to remind you all of something, of course. 1 week from today, August 17, I will be at the Sister Witch Company for an event. The event starts at noon. I won't be there at noon. I won't be getting there till 2 p.m., of course, because of the radio show. But you should show up at noon because they have great stuff going on, a gritting class, a healing circle, and hypnotherapy, which I will be providing when I arrive there. But the event is from noon to 5 p.m., and that is going to be at the Sister Witch Company 1 week from today. So you can check that out. And Jenny has something that is ongoing with your art.
At the Nashua Creatives Collective. I have 12 of my pieces on display.
Midnight Creatives Collective.
Midnight Creatives Collective. What did I say? Nashua.
Yes, it's in Nashua.
Nashua Midnight.
Yes.
Forgive me. Please forgive me. Yes, I have 12 of my darkest paintings, actually,
Yes.
up there, and they're up for the entire month,
Yes.
which is amazing
Absolutely. Yep.
and nerve-wracking.
Yes.
You have to wonder, like, people are looking at them. Do they like it?
You've
Do they
had-
not like it?
You've had your art shown before, like at the Mosaic
Yes.
Creative
Yes.
Collective. Is it
Hopefully, I'll be back there again too.
Yes, right here in Manchester. Mosaic is they're amazing. But this is the first time having like a whole
12 paintings.
Is it 12? Wow.
12
Yeah.
paintings.
Yeah.
Yes. I've had a painting up on a wall, but no, not 12 paintings up on wall.
Yeah.
Well,
we-
yeah, that's pretty intense to have so many pieces
Yeah.
up at once.
Yeah.
And it's interesting too, looking at them. Never put all of these pieces together like that before. They're the darkest paintings I've done thus far that are what I consider presentable. But it was weird to see them all together and just actually looked really amazing.
Yeah.
And then having Dead Harrison playing in the background is like bonus. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. Oh, and the video that was posted. Yes.
There's a
yes.
video of if you want to check it out on my socials, there's a video of all the 12 pieces that are up, and it's Dead Harrison you can hear playing in the background, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you missed it last week, we had Eleanor and Spelfie and of course Andre, who is also in Dead Harrison. They were here with us last week in the third hour, talking about all things Midnight Creatives Collective and Terminus Underground, and definitely should definitely check that out if you haven't done so already. I'll go ahead and give the studio line if anyone wants to get in with a call on our next subject, as we are in our final segment this week. 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. We did hear from John Hopwood earlier, which was
That was awesome.
that was a nice surprise. Haven't heard from John.
Hoppy.
Haven't heard from John in quite some time.
I miss him.
But there's another article here from Billboard.com. New Senate bill could protect artists from AI deepfakes. And this is, of course, part of our ongoing discussions about AI. We discuss it a lot on the show, but also
Yes.
the music industry and is having an ongoing discussion about it. And this is called the No Fakes Act, first introduced as a draft bill last October, aims to provide federal protection on one's voice and likeness for the first time. And this is something you know something about from your own experience as a state legislator.
Yes, I've worked on this issue specifically.
It says here, a bipartisan group of U.S. senators introduced the highly anticipated No Fakes Act on July 31, which aims to protect artists and others from AI deepfakes and other non-consensual replicas of their voices, images, and likeness. If passed, the legislation would create federal intellectual property protections for the so-called right of publicity for the first time, which restricts how someone's name, image, likeness, and voice can be used without consent. Currently, such rights are only protected at the state level, leading to a patchwork of different rules across the country. Unlike many existing state law systems, the federal right that the No Fakes Act would create would not expire at death and could be controlled by a person's heirs for 70 years after their passing. To balance personal publicity rights and the First Amendment right to free speech, the No Fakes Act also includes specific carve-outs for replicas used in news coverage, parody, historical works, or criticism. Now,
Yes.
yeah, tell us about your experience with the bill about
Right.
J.D. Salinger.
Right. So this, and the article is 100% correct. The laws are patchwork across the nation. Here in New Hampshire, as an artist, you have the right to protect your image and your likeness until you die. The moment that you dead, you have no protections anymore, nor does your family. Nobody can control that or take ownership over your likeness. It becomes fair game. So what happened in New Hampshire is J.D. Salinger's family has tried to protect his image, Catcher in the Rye, famous American author. And there's a place, there's like a store or something that's near where the Salinger family has been in New Hampshire, and they put J.D. Salinger's face on toilet paper. Son wasn't too happy about that. I don't blame him. But they were putting Dad's face on things that weren't very respectable, and they weren't happy about it, and they wanted to have control over their dad's image, but New Hampshire law didn't allow it. So the effort was to change the law to allow that to happen, because it does exist in many, many, many other states. California, it's 100 years. So it's that patchwork. So when I say years, I'm talking about when you die.
Mm-hmm.
So you are a public persona. You, Matt Connarton, on this show. In theory, you would have the ability to control your image up until the point that you die.
Mm-hmm.
In some states, when you die, whoever is your bequeathed or your next of kin has the right to continue that control over your image, your likeness, your voice for a certain amount of time. In legislature, it's usually been around lifetime thinking, basically. Like, we want your kids and your grandkids to be able to control your image.
Right.
But after that, all right, it's been enough. But still allowing for people to be criticized or be satired. So narrowing the intent of the bill of that control, like it is in other states.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of pushback trying to do this. Like, this was a huge fight, a bigger fight than I ever thought it would be. And I did manage to get it out of committee, and I almost got it passed into law, but the Republicans on the House side would not have it and trashed it. Because I was in a supermajority at the time, as a Republican, mind you. They wanted industries to be able to utilize people however they wanted to. And my argument was, if you look at the New Hampshire State House, it's across the street from an adult store. So I would give the example of, you die and the next day your kids see your face on an adult toy in the adult store being advertised in the window. Well, how do you feel about that? Should that be allowed? Should a person's image ownership of that image belong to the next of kin? I think it should. I believe it should. You're a public figure. You're making money off of your image. You have created a brand of you, and you should be able to bequeath that brand to your next of kin, in my opinion. This law gets into that because now it has to. Now we're adding this whole new animal into the mixture of AI and the ability to mimic people, to pretend to be people, to convince people that really is that person. These deepfakes are pretty bad. Like, you really can't necessarily tell the difference between one person or another.
Right.
You could take somebody's image that you love and means the world to you and have them say the most horrific things and have no control over that. Or we allow that to be controlled. I think you should be able to do that. And that's what I advocated for. And that's what I fought for. Unfortunately, the bill died thanks to House Republicans. Because the Senate was ready to pass it. The Salinger family is very respected in New Hampshire, and we usually take pride in the successes that come out of our state. J.D. Salinger is one of the most amazing American writers that is known throughout our country and around the world for Catcher in the Rye and his works. So you see what I'm saying about?
Yeah. But so these things do get complicated, though, because
they do.
Because so this happened a few months ago, and we never got to it on the show. But do you remember the Scarlett Johansson thing?
Yes.
That was in the news?
Yes.
I found an article from the Hollywood Reporter. Again, this is from a few months ago, but Scarlett Johansson's AI legal threat sets stage for actors' battle with tech giants. So here's what this was about. Artists, this is a little bit of a side street, but it's relevant. So artists were first to sue. Then authors hit generative artificial intelligence companies with a valley of lawsuits, followed by publications. As battle lines over the use of AI tools in Hollywood are being drawn, actors may be the next group of creators to open another front in what would be an industry-defining legal battle against AI firms over the use of copyrighted works and personal data to power their human mimicking chatbots. On Monday, and again, this is from the end of May, Scarlett Johansson threatened legal action against OpenAI, which is who created ChatGPT, for allegedly copying and imitating her voice after she refused to license it to the company. According to the actress, OpenAI asks her to be one of the voices called Sky for its newest AI system. She declined, though she said that didn't stop Chief Executive Sam Altman.
And that's part of it right there. Like, for example, sports heroes in games and making sure that they have control over that imaging and that money in a game.
Yeah.
So that's where this legislation.
But here's the problem, though. Well, okay, so this is what she said in her statement, and then I'm going to play devil's advocate as I like to do. I'm going to
I know.
I'm going to be the fly
I'm
in the
ready
ointment
for
here,
you.
because when I first heard this, I was very skeptical that she had a case. Okay, so she wrote in a statement, quote, "When I heard the released demo, I was shocked, angered, and in disbelief that Mr. Altman would pursue a voice that sounded so eerily similar to mine that my closest friends and news outlets could not tell the difference," unquote. Okay, here's the problem. So from her perspective, so she feels they asked her, she said no, so they just
did it
generated a
anyway.
voice that sounded.
We'll go to court and deal with it in court, but we got your voice.
But here's the problem.
What?
Did they? Does Scarlett Johansson have such a distinct voice? Is there no one else who sounds like her?
Yeah, come on now. Come on, we want you to be our voice. We want you to be our voice. No. So we make one up that sounds just like you. Come on.
That's
not coincidental.
So if I go and hear this, am I going to say, "Oh, that's Scarlett Johansson"? I mean,
according to her, she's saying yes. She's saying that news outlets
according to her.
So who are these news outlets? And did they really feel that way and contact her? If that is true, then she absolutely has a case.
I'm very skeptical.
The thing is, even the Motion Picture Association is getting in behind this bill. And I do want to say one thing about the bill. Senator Blackburn is on it, who's a Republican, and with Senator Klobuchar and Senator Coons. So this bill is bipartisan in effort to try and protect artists, athletes, people who have a public persona from being turned into some kind of an AI.
I'll always advocate on the side of artists at the end of the day. But I'm just saying though, from a practical and pragmatic standpoint, so if somebody sounds like you, now you can go and sue them.
If this actually sounds a lot like her or sounds like her, period, after she turned them down, that's not coincidental. That's not a coincidence. That's intentional.
But
they're going to get what they want because they figure tied up in court, they get away with it.
But who's
away with it?
But who's to say?
Unless she gets a stay of some kind of emergency injunction to stop them from using it, they're getting to utilize it while you're going through court.
But so this company though, so because that conversation was had with Scarlett Johansson, now this company can never ever use any voice that might sound just like her.
Yeah. I'm going to say yes.
See, that to me sounds...
If it sounds just like her, like you can't tell the difference, no, they shouldn't be able to.
There's not another actor somewhere who has a voice like her. What is so distinct about her voice?
If it sounds just like her and you can't tell the difference after they went to her trying to get usage and she said no.
I don't know.
We have to put some kind of a limitations on AI or it will run rampant. Where is your line? Where is your line in the sand that you're protecting the artist?
Yeah, but I do think there's the and this is why I bring this up. I do think there's the risk of abuse in the other direction.
There is, which is why
lawsuits.
This is why and it's why these kind of laws are difficult to pass because you do have to narrow the scope because you still have to allow for protected speech. You've got to allow. There's got to be, we have to be able to have satire of people. We have to be able to.
That's a
big
thing. That's a big thing I'm worried about. But
that's been done. It's done in many places
because satirical works are generally protected
100%, and
I'm worried about that no longer being the case.
But it's already been on the books for forever, especially in California. There's laws on the books that protect artists but allow for satire. California protects your image for 100 years after your death. Some states are 75. New Hampshire is no time. New Hampshire is you're dead, you're done. Your family doesn't get to control it. You show up in the middle of some adult store's window. Too bad, too sad. Don't show your kids. I don't like that. I think people should be able to control their image, their persona. And when they die, that shouldn't just die with them. If they, you are a commodity of your own and you've established this commodity. You get to bequeath that to whoever you wish, and they get to contain that ownership for however many years the law allows. But like our state doesn't. Our state gives no protection at all when death happens. This law is going this law has to happen. This stuff has to happen. AI is exponentially growing on a daily basis. Let's face it, technology is amazing. It grows every day. There's good and bad about it. The ability to mimic someone's image, likeness, voice, there's a lot of danger involved in that. There's a lot of nasty underground criminal things that can be done with that. I worry about that. Somebody puts a video of somebody making it look like they've committed a crime. That person goes to jail. This kind of technology can be so horrifically abused that if we don't put safeguards now, it's going to be too late when it's out of the box.
For all you know, I might not really be here. I could be a deep fake.
Well, I know because I'm here.
Oh, that's true.
But the listeners could be listening to 2 deep fakes.
They could be listening to an AI generated version of the show.
Maybe we're not here. Maybe we're in Aruba.
I do want to do that sometime. I think it'd be fun. Make an AI generated version of the show just to see what it comes up with. They did that once on the Howard Stern show. It's pretty fun.
Well,
the conversation between Howard and Robin and the AI version that they did, it was funny because it was like, Howard's like asking Robin, Robin, how was your weekend? And Robin's like, mine was good, Howard. How was, it's just like a conversation they would never have, but it was the best that the AI could come up with.
There is an organization called their Human Artistry Campaign that's out there that's actually trying to work on these issues to protect artists. When you talk about artists, you talk about everybody. We're talking about music, actors, painters, everyone. I'm serious. So I want to know from you, devil's advocate, where's your line? Where is it that we are where do you put that line to protect the artist?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. That's what's so fascinating about the subject to me is it's complicated. It's complex, and we're kind of trying to find our way through it. Now, I do tend to I might be lenient on a lot of this, though. I might have an internal bias because, I'm a co-host on Retrospective Radio with Pauly C on Friday nights.
Yes.
And one of the things if you've never heard the show every week, Paul picks a different subject. And one of the subjects that we've done a few times that Paul has chosen is plagiarism, where he'll play a song and then, and then it's a song where there was some sort of, perhaps someone said, hey, you stole my song, I'm going to sue you. And there was litigation or the threat of litigation or just accusations of plagiarism and so forth. Led Zeppelin, by the way, the most plagiaristic band ever. But when Paul plays these examples for us, I'm usually the one in the room who says not guilty. I'm the most lenient when it comes to these accusations of plagiarism because I'm the guy who says, yeah, I know that song sounds like this other song, but that's because it's using a chord progression that is very common in rock music and shows up in a lot of songs. I'm the most lenient one. So maybe because I tend to, maybe I have an internal bias that's making me say, hey, let's be a little bit careful about what we assume
that's different.
Is copying something else.
I'm going to challenge you on that. That's different because you're comparing what's coming out of a human mind to a computer pretending to be somebody else.
But what is the same is this notion of copying, this notion of hearing something or reading the data of something, however you want to think about it, the way a large learning model works, machine learning. The part that's similar is taking something and replicating it in some way.
True, but without the human element. And that's a big difference. There's a difference between the human being and the computer.
Well, but it depends on the situation, right? I mean, if I take somebody else's song and I just basically copy it and I barely change it and I've plagiarized it, that's actually worse than
that's plagiarism, not a deep fake.
Right. No, but I'm just saying though, that's actually worse than if I type an AI prompt and I say, make a song that kind of sounds like this.
Yeah. No, that is worse because that's a direct copy.
Right.
Who was the rapper that did that with David Bowie's song Queen Under Pressure? Who stole from Under Pressure?
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Yep.
But see, that's plagiarism. That's stealing somebody's work.
Well, we don't
As a
call
human.
that. That's not technically. It's not plagiarism. It's
Sampling?
It's an uncleared sample. Yeah, because he didn't ask permission, and then he got held over a balcony by Suge Knight. It's a whole thing. Geez, we can do a whole show about Vanilla Ice. What a fascinating man.
This is true. Yes, but you don't want to anger anyone.
No, that's true. We don't want Suge Knight to come and hurt me.
Hang you over
Or,
a
or
balcony.
MC.
We do have a balcony.
Yes.
Could hang you over a balcony by your ankles. That would be terrible.
Well, it's a very. I mean, it's a very.
I support the effort. I think this bill should pass. I think it should be law. I think there should be protections against. We have to start. If we don't, we're already kind of late to the game here. We need these laws on the books like yesterday because technology grows in leaps and bounds by the day.
Yes.
AI especially. We need this stuff now.
Right.
Not before it gets too far out of the bag. But I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with you on Johansson issue. She was approached, she was asked, they wanted her, they courted her, she said no. Then they created something that sounded just like her. Yeah. I don't.
But see, I don't even know though. I would have to hear it and make my own determination to really have an opinion.
I have 100%.
Which I have
opinion.
not.
Yes.
It's like with the George Carlin thing. Remember, these guys who made an AI version of a George Carlin album, a new George Carlin album.
Yeah.
And I remember I played a little bit of it on the show.
And the jokes did. Yeah.
And well, I ended up listening to the entire hour, and I thought it was good. I actually thought it was funny. And George Carlin's one of my all-time favorite comedians, of course. But I remember saying to you, Jesse was with us on the show that day, and I remember saying my observation was, yeah, it sounds a lot like him, but not exactly. And if you were to play this for me, and I'm sure it's still on YouTube, if you don't know what we're talking about, just look up George Carlin AI, you'll find it. And it's actually funny. Like, the jokes are good, but I'm skeptical that it's all AI generated because some of those jokes don't sound like they could have been generated by AI. They're actually too clever. But I remember saying to you and Jesse that if you just played this for me and said to me, didn't tell me anything about it and just said, Matt, who is this comedian? Do you recognize this? I might say that it reminds me of George Carlin, or it kind of sounds like George Carlin. I would not say, oh, that's George Carlin.
Well, that's because he's dead.
No. But I'm just saying. I'm saying if you just played that for me,
you would have picked it out right away.
Didn't tell me anything about it. I probably would have said it reminds me of George Carlin, but I would not have said that's George Carlin because it didn't sound enough like him to me. The AI version.
But that's one example.
It is. It's just one example. It's anecdotal, but I'm just saying I would have to hear the Scarlett Johansson.
I get what you're saying.
Which is not available. They took it down, avoided a lawsuit, and all of that. That's all been settled.
Are you in favor or opposed to the legislation?
I'm generally in favor of protecting artists. I don't know enough about exactly what the legislation is to really have a firm opinion, but I'm generally in favor of protecting artists. At the end of the day, I will always advocate on behalf of artists. Having said that, I'm also always worried about abuse.
I will say,
and frivolous lawsuits and all of that.
There are a whole host of organizations that agree with you that are representing artists. Organizations like the Nashville Songwriters Association or the Production Music Association, the Recording Academy, are all joining together in support of this bipartisan legislation, which is nice to see. I just hope that the Senate doesn't sit on it forever and that they actually do get it passed into law sooner rather than later to protect artists. This is not artists, culture, art. Everything needs to be protected from AI. It really does. If we don't get these laws in place now, it's just going to be too late. And I really do think there needs to be laws, especially in regards to deep fakes.
Perhaps. Well, I think on that note, we'll begin to wrap up. I'm going to play the new Hope the Rapper single one more time.
Yeah.
On my way. Week 9
I know, right?
of our 10 weeks of Hope the Rapper singles world radio premieres. And next week is week 10. It will be our last one. Although, I mean, we'll always, going forward, anytime he has something new, I mean, we love Hope the Rapper. We'll certainly play it on the show. But
it's been an exciting 10 weeks. A lot of great music. I've enjoyed every one of them.
Absolutely.
I have to say.
Yeah, you said last week that track, Snapchat, you said that was your favorite one.
I really like that one a lot. I do.
Yeah.
It's still my favorite.
So we're going to end with this one, On My Way, it's called. But thank you, everybody. And if you missed any part of today's show, it will be up in just a little bit at WMNHradio.org and at my website, mattconnarton.com. And we will leave you with this, On My Way, Hope the Rapper, and we will talk to y'all a little bit later. Bye, everybody.
I'm on my way now, why would I wait now?
Wait now.
I'm on my way now, why would I wait now?
Wait now.
I'm on my way now, why would I wait now?
Wait now.
I'm on my way now, why would I wait? Niggas play games like EA Sports is a touchdown. Looking when I'm on that field. I don't give a shit about what y'all do, cause I'm working on mine and I need a good deal. Tell me what's real, I need a bill. 29 trying to get all of my meals. They try to destroy me like Capitol Hill. I'm coming right back and I'm loving the thrill. My niggas ain't capping, they making this feel. Do for the impact. Woo, 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 hit the quick dash. Soon as I'm on the call, I'll be right back. Did it all when my heart can't fight that. Probably find me with a bomb like it's Iraq. Got him telling me it's wrong that I'm like that. Hijack the mic, just with the flight path. On the mic and I know I'm a terror. Only fighting with a man in the mirror. From the era, snapback's a good pack. If we talk about impact, we did that. Oh no, head to the front door. I know success gonna come slow. Got one bite in and I want more. I swear for my end, I'ma take yours. We gon' dip with the cheese like it's quesos. Pesos, got me kicking heavy quesos. Wake up in the morning where the day go. Trying to tour the states to win a bagel. Say so's, I just wanna make more. Put a hole in his head like a bagel. Lay low and wait for the safe goal. Praise go, I don't wanna stay pole. These niggas is talking, but I see the options. I think I'm taking it next. Losing that hope with nowhere to go. But I got this ass on my chest. Push me to break down, but I don't break down. Driving like 8 miles. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now. Why would I wait now?
Wait now.
I'm on my way now. Why would I wait now?
Wait now.
I'm on my way now. Why would I wait now?
Wait now.
I'm on my way now. Why would I wait? Wait.
Hold up, wait, logo, I be eating fuck a plate. Beggars man, I make a cake. No panic when I pull up in the paint. Panorama vision with the eye. The biggest bitches out, fuck a grind. They try to figure me out, fuck a trade. Tell me, did you hear me when I say? I come from the era like your marriage. Pop off with a stupid, throw down on the terrace. We're copping the deuce, we pretend we don't hear it. Them guys in the blue didn't drive through our area. Gentrification was patiently waiting. Back then we had bacon and soda in cases. They fighting for placement on corners outrageous. While others have playgrounds, so love to a trade punch. Why would I wait now? If that was my trailer like 8 Mile. The rule ain't got no time to play round. Came from the food sense of PayPal. Digital currency coming in currently. Keep it good company, me and just nobody. All of my business, selfish like children. Raised with no manners like Caitlyn and Jenner. These rappers so soft, when them skills pick them apart while hitting them draws. Might be your wifey, it might be your mom. No discrimination, I'm glazing them off. Zig F talking like la 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 la. Till they see their black Cadillac. Pa, 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 pa. You off like the government, come from the muddiest. Roaches and sofas, employees don't fuck with you. Had to go get it, the packs in the digital. Acid I'm giving you, facts I'm a criminal. Backed up, get bagged in the cloth. If you dumped in the lake, is you dumb, well okay. Pounded the flavor would break down. Now take the state like a great hound. Just hit the stage up in A-Town. They said I'm on my way now.
I'm on my way now. Why would I wait?